Hey cuties, what's up? We're back with some more of the daily N.O.D.E, and today we're going to be doing a tome. Of course, I didn't do anything Saturday, right? I just forgot. Well, I didn't forget. I just chose not to. I wanted to not do anything that day, so my bad. So that's why we're doing this today, and this is going to be potentially pretty involved. I might need to get my graphics tablet. By might, I mean I will be getting my graphics tablet out, so we're going to be here for a while. The starting off. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I forgot to do this. Wait, what? Am I inverted? What the heck? Hold on, I'm inverted right now. That's weird. I must have clicked on something that flipped the... There we go. Yeah, mirror motion was turned off for some reason. I must have accidentally clicked it or something. Anyways, so we're going to make this harder on ourselves, and we're going to start with a flat surface rather than a closed book. So let's scale this on the Z down to like here, and then scale it on the X to about there, I think. Just smooth that up. Then I'm going to cut that at half, and then take the bevel and cut to about there. Then we're going to loop cut into that. I'm actually going to drag that down just a small bit. Why is that on? Turn that off. Just a small bit. Not a lot. And then we'll bevel that. And then just add a lot of cuts to that. Make sure it's centered. Probably like about there. It's not gonna be bent like that though. When we're done. I'm gonna keep this flat like that. Let's see. Let's maybe go ahead and take you and you. Mark seam on that. Then maybe just slice into that. Mark seam. And that will remove that, but not the rest of it. So we kind of just need to take the outside of this and mark seam around that maybe. If I do that, that will split this up into pieces. Maybe we can remove that clear seam on that. Or maybe the other way around. Because that's like the front and back, right? So mark seam back there and then clear seam here. And then that should tear this into pieces. Let me just go ahead and check now. Ahead of time. Yeah, it's like perfectly sliced up. I don't like how this is like touching it, but it's not actually. It's just like really close. And it's just a matter of figuring out what side of that's like right, but we'll deal with that later. You know, that's like that. If I shade smooth, it's gonna be like ugly, right? So it's like, okay, what do I want to do to fix that? Do we add like, you know, an extra slice here and here, and then on the edges? And that's inefficient. And then like on the corner here, and then there, even though I really shouldn't because this is making my life harder than it needs to be. You know, like that. And that'll make the faces look better at the expense of being more difficult for me later, which by that I mean I'm going to add a bone. I have Rigify turned on, so that's why that looks like that. So add armature single bone. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this bone. We're just gonna rotate it 90 degrees, like that. Then we need wireframe turned on so I can see where that begins. So it needs to go here. Drag that over there. Then click this and extrude out this way to there, and then extrude that out to there. Take this bone, click on that one. Then parents make keep offset so that when you modify this bone, it takes the bone with it, right? You want that to be like that. Then we take this, and then this and that, and then parents with automatic weights. Come into here, edit this, select everything, and remove it from all the bones that just got added to it. A bone obviously is the very first one, so we want to take that and go to about here, because you want to go like one deep into that, I think. Then assign, and then for bone 2 it should just be that, and then for bone 3, where did I go with this? Let me see. Select that. It's going to that line. So for you, we want to go to here. Assign you. Then we come and look at this and go to weights, paint, and that's what the weight on this looks like. Go ahead and go weight, smooth. I already have it set to like 1. 1. It's annoying because I have that selected when I came in here. So pop out, click on this before you go into weight paint, because Blender is stupid like that. Then the weight, smooth, make this 1, make this 1 as well. I don't think we want it to be 2. Just want to see how much that's stealing, because I don't want this to turn orange. So give it a 1, a 1 smooth. Then come over here and give this a 1 smooth, like that. We could increase it more if we need to. And I like my bones to be, let me see, where is it at? I can't see them. Wire? I guess it's stick. Yeah, it must be stick. I like my bones to be sticks or wires. We need to put in front so I can see them no matter what. Just when they're like this, it's too big. Right, you can't see anything. So go into pose mode, and now you see if I bend this, it'll bend the book. It's pinching here, but like, what can you do? And grab both of these at the same time. With individual origins on, it'll bend both of them at the same time, which will cause like a close look to that. And you get this, right? And like, this matters, maybe. I mean, it doesn't matter, we could just made a closed book, but we're going a little bit more advanced today, right? So we're doing some bone work. Yeah, this is why this is better, just so you can just see it like that. Then pose clear all. So that's good. Now we need to figure out how to get paper. This part's going to be more complicated, maybe, or it might actually be just as easy. So I'm going to scale this down. We need to see how thick we need it to be. So actually, we're going to go into this again. Click on U and U, bend it until it's essentially closed. So what, like there? Does that look good? And then we can go and edit this thing. Scale it on the Z. So it needs to be half of this, not the whole thing with what weird nonsense I'm gonna try to do. So it's about like what? 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So we want this to be about 2 blocks, which it is about 2 blocks, so that's okay. Can maybe make it, we can just leave it like that. So we want it to be about there. Scale this on the Y a decent bit. And then we're going to take this face and pull that into there, perhaps. I don't know how like thick you want that to be. You might even want to like scale it on the Y a bit longer. Get it pretty close to the edge. You just don't want this to be too big. Yeah, about there. But then we need to back out, come over here to the armature. We blow that out so I can actually see the cube as well. What did you call the back of a book? Just back? Book back? This is the paper. So then we're gonna come over here, go edit this, select everything. Oh, not edit, sorry, pose. Select everything. Clear all transformations. Grab this. And then I need this to be mirrored, actually. So that I don't have to worry about it being dumb, so... Edit. Generate mirror. It's already kind of just mirrored perfectly. Clip. Merge that though. Before we merge that, let me delete the face so there's no bonus face there. Grab that, so, and then pull it in. So now that's connected in the middle perfectly. I probably should even like stop trying to mirror. I should just keep it like that. So since this is what the book should be looking like when it's opens, let me just take this. And we can fix it later because I noticed like this isn't right. So I'm going to take a cut. Hello? Why is it not? Yeah, there we go. Take a cut to here. Perhaps. Though I kind of need to not have it mirrored, but we can get our cuts done first. So maybe about here, I think. Let me just preemptively pull this down. Then we're going to back out and apply this mirror because I want to take... Will it be just that? Maybe. I can just do the whole thing though. And pull this down to like here. And we can take the whole lot and bevel. It's kind of like the wrong look to it though. It shouldn't be curved like this, it should be, you know, the other way. Do I have a custom? I need this to be sharp, not like that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Add a second thing. I need to like remove some of these. I keep adding extras by accident. There. Obviously if you do that, it's just a standard around this. Snapping it. isn't exactly perfect either. I need to bevel this out into a rounded corner, but I'm probably just gonna have to do this by hand, so let me just undo that. Kind of feel like this should be further back as well. Because I don't know what this is gonna look like when you open it up. You might have to use a shape key, which doesn't really work because it's an extra step, right? It's not just like opening the book. You gotta open the book up and then activate the shape key. Because of course if I bevel this like I was trying to, I then still have to like modify that. I think it's just the fact that I didn't set it too far. Like I have to come over here and undo the mirror, or redo the mirror, and then like dissolve these edges, and possibly have this be further back. Like maybe that's just fine there, question mark. And then maybe we just like bevel just like that. Oops. Bevel like this, question mark. I want it to be like that. Then we take this and then portional and just bend it down. And it feels like the whole thing should be bent. But like maybe not, like maybe it should just be just that little piece there. I should have like a harsh pull down there, or is it actually not like, you know, like not that bad? But if it's just like this. Actually look at it like that, maybe it'll look better. No, I mean I'm not looking at a book right now, so that also doesn't help when you're doing this kind of stuff. Alright, I think what I have it on right now is fine. We're using what's smooth. I don't think sharp is the... Oh, actually sharp is what I would want. That's kind of why I wasn't looking too good. You know, like something like that, and then you just go in there and fix the rest of it. So you do turn that off and just grab that and hide it behind. I'm gonna turn next on. Just get it inside the walls there. So that you can't see it. The thing is, though, I don't know if you can like make this nicer. So I think it needs more cuts in here. So I'm just gonna add a few. How far did I go? Is this even? I can't tell. Yes? I think so. Yeah, like cut deep into that. Like even if I like, I forgot to do this though. Or if you, I think you do this and this and then parents, the automatic weights. And let me just remove these. Then click on that, then that, and then object. Can I remember how to do this? Would it be like edit? Yeah, there's like a weird way to, I don't know if you're grabbing this first and that first and or not. I think it's this. But like, do you want to click this first or that first is the thing? Is it this and then that? Like transfer the things from this to that or the other way around? Link data transfer. Materials, collection, fonts, modifiers, mesh data. Transfer mesh data layout? No. I swear it's here somewhere. I mean, I'm just wasting time. I don't need to do this. I can just like do it by hand, but I just want to see if I can remember how to do it. Object data. Undo that for starters. Also, I deleted that, so probably want to go here then there, or is it there then that? I think I already had like that there and then there. Those vertex groups. That active layer, all layers, destination, their place, mix factor. It's just that's fine. So I did get them the layers here, but the weight paint look like that. So then what happens when I inevitably do this? Individual origins. It's getting crunched in the center because of the middle weight. Yeah, because the middle weight has too much power. Edit this, go to the middle, select everything, remove. Then come over here and try and grab a bunch of things. Is what, 5 deep? To there. Assign that to the middle. Weight paint. Smooth you out in either direction, maybe. Then let me see the others. Close that. So that will crunch down on itself, right? Just a problem. It might just be better to not do that. I mean, I could have also just cut this in half. Like, I don't know why I didn't cut it in half and just had just a piece here and there. I don't know. Maybe that would have been better. Than doing it like that. It's just like difficult, I think, to try and get a book to open without having to use shape keys to fix any sort of issues that might occur from, you know, opening a book up like this, right? So it can close, but then this center piece is still open because it didn't come with it. Which might honestly just be because there's too much. Let me see. Clear all. I won't spend too much time on this. I'll just like not think about it. Smooth. Smooth. I should just be increasing this like that. What does that look like? It's still bending down on itself. It's just possibly worse? Question mark. Cause you need to like undo that. Is that possible to do real quickly? So I'm not going to try and bother and do that. So we're just gonna clear parent and delete that. And then give me a second to think about what I want to do. Alright, I think because I don't really have the time to get this to work how we need it to, we're just going to completely ignore the fact that we need the paper to do that. We're just not going to have a book that opens up like that. Right, we just need this to be like to here, somewhere like that, and then we'll just have the book not open like that. We weren't gonna have it opened anyways, but it just would have been nice to be able to have it do that, but so well. For another time, right? So like there, and then I need to come over here to this and see where that lands. Individual origin. So about there. Then need to edit this and take these and get them away from there. Need to move this whole thing up. It's too high, too low, I mean. Then we can take these and pull them up to there. And then that should be it for that. So do we want to make this thinner? I think it's fine like that. So we just leave that how it is. I don't know if we want to pull that out or not or something. We'll have to see. Now I would like to just make some nonsense, which might be a bit difficult. I don't know. Give me a plane. And edit that. And kind of just like get this into the corner because we need the little, I don't know, corner protectors, I guess is what you would want to maybe call this. And from there, do we want this to be fancy or do we just want just basic ones? 'Cause if I'm doing anything like this, it would just maybe be like that or like just standard corners. But we can try to do other stuff. Fortunately, we can't like draw a shape. I mean, you kind of can, but you can't at the same time. I don't really have an idea for like a good shape, so I think we just go ahead and live with that. Or we can maybe play around with beveling. So I'm pulling on that and pressing V for vertices, right? Yeah, so we can see what that does. Get like weird shapes, of course. So what we need to do is like delete this vertice, actually take everything and undo that, fill that in, then subdivide that so that's perfectly in the center. Then we can bevel that on the vertices, which gets us there. Not that we've achieved anything with that yet. Do we maybe do that here? So the corner's there, so you can go to about there with that. Could maybe subdivide. Subdivide. We cut into that. Just trying to figure out something here. Subdivide. Then can we do this when it's like that? You can. So what, like about there? I'm just being like really weird with it now. Cut from here to here, and then here to there. Then kill that face, so it's just this. Actually, when I did this, I should have made it not like that, because now I have to figure out how to do this. So I'm going to move it down. So let's say like 5 here, and I'm going to copy that, and do it here as well. That needs to be positive. Yeah, that's probably okay. And we need a little bit more, so move it down that much. I'm just going to copy that, paste it there, remove the negative. Then take this and bevel it back. And the vertices within, like, insert the things there. Then find the corner, it's about there, so like that. So that's like a curved corner. Then we can... We kind of don't really have the ability to do anything. Also, this is like way off because of what happened earlier. I mean, I think it's just off in general. I need it to be further this way. Perhaps, again, this still isn't straight down, so copy that, put it there, remove the negative. That's better, but the entire thing is not perfect. I think it needs to be closer to this edge or further from the edge, depending on what you're trying to do. Like, bevel is not B for some reason. I don't know why it's not big. I don't know what I did. I got rid of everything. Back to previous, please. So I could have sworn, yeah, there's a control B. I pressed control space, I think, so it's shift space bar, just control B. The control B to bevel, and then V to make it on the vertice. Like that. This still seems like it's further than that. And of course this is annoying because it shouldn't be. Like, can we... Yeah, we can do that here as well, but I don't know how that's going to end up acting. Take everything and try to get it as close as possible to that edge. That's just the issue with that, is it's going to be too big on the corners. I mean, like, this isn't flush with the corner. Oh, I keep on calling the sides. And, like, making this round doesn't help me. Granted, I could just bevel that down so that it won't matter. To try to give me more space to do things with it. Because, of course, if I... Let's see, generate solidify, it's the other way. Mesh normals flip. And get that down there. Just have this huge chunk here that's sticking off. So maybe it's just a matter of taking both of these and scaling them on the X and Y at a median point, scale X and Y. Like that. Even though they just create like a weird shape, but like, you know, what can you do? Does shade smooth look like? Something that obviously needs to be fixed. We need to... I'll turn this off. Insert face into this whole thing like that. Which helps there. Then I guess we can take the entire... Oh, it doesn't exist. I keep trying to click on it. It doesn't exist. Apply that. Click on all of this and then apply a face into that. Maybe before we do that, you might want to slice into it, scale it in all directions, and then bevel it down, and then, you know, give it a slide instead. Can't tell where that's at. I think this is slightly too low, but who's gonna see that, right? Corner guard, we'll call this. The heck, why can't I? Oh, guard attack. That's the paper. Paper. What is the thing? Just bone? So I'm just add a new vertice called bone. Come into here, select everything and assign it to bone. And then when I click on this and then this, I'm going to parents, just armature deform. So that didn't add anything, so I already have bone applied, so that should mean if I move this, I don't know, it should be fine. Yeah, you see it's already affected. So we basically only have a book that can do that. Oh, that can do this, right? Because you can't open it completely, because if I did that, this paper wouldn't be able to move, so... And that's just for another time doing that. So for you, let's get you to your geometry. Geometry for this. This is already at its place it's supposed to be because it's supposed to be flat. Take you and generate mirror on the book, on the Y, I guess. And then apply that. Then take this, duplicate that. And just drag it down until it's kind of snug. Like so. So just a clip through the paper then now that I'm looking at that. And the sides as well. So that means this needs to be changed. Edit that. Scale on the X. Set on the X. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Scale on the Y. That needs to not be there. Could be cute and make the paper rounded. Like how many books get to have rounded edges, right? So bevel that and just give it the old rounding, like so. Set the shade smooth now. Edit that. Go around into there. I'm assuming that's gonna be fine. Yep. Insert faces into that just to fix the thing there. Where is the grip for this? I don't know why the face is there. Take the point to grab the face is there. Just insert faces into that. I need to grab the edges here. Let me just remove everything so I can see. Go back. The corner guards. I just want to see this. This needs to be sliced perfectly here. Mark seam. Like so. And then we can just like cut this in half. Oh, we kind of can't, but didn't realize I was gonna do that. It can't be cut in half because of this, I think, this rounding. So just give me a corner then. And mark seam there. So we'll take that and then clear that. There we go. UV editing, unwrap. That'll be like set for later. Go back, guards. So this needs to be on bone 2, bone.002, so new, bone.02, and you're just bone as well. So take these and then that, oops, did not want to do that. I don't know why I did that actually. Parent, armature. Cursed word origin. Edit, select everything, assign it to 2. Hello? What did you... Oh, because of how this works. Let me just parent... clear keep transformation. Because this is transformed right now, I have to do it outside of transformation. Clear all. Dude, can you stop moving around? You're not parented to it anymore. So I have to put this down over there, unfortunately. Which means I have to come over here and rotate it 180. Negative 180. And then pray that I can get it to go the other side. Which might just involve me saying, you know what, screw that. Do this. Add, generate, mirror. This book. Then apply that. Take this, edit it. Remove these by pressing P. Selection. Now this is its own selection, its own guard. To geometry. Then come over here, remove you, and you want... I didn't need to remove that, I just renamed it. Bone, not bone, bone.002. This is already armatured, right? Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Edit, select everything, assign it to bone 2. I should already be assigned to bone 1, but I'll do it anyways. So now is everything connected? Yeah. Then we can come back over here and take this and this and then bend it back into place where we want it to be. There. So everything's in the armature, right? Yep, everything's inside. Now we need to just get the textures for this. So we'll do some of that, but this texture needs to be done by hand. Like some of it needs to be done by hand, or I have an idea. Let's hide that. This is just metal, right? So maybe like a 0.4, 0.5. And this needs to, of course, be in the blues as usual. A little bit more, maybe. Now, paper's pretty easy, so I'm going to start with that. Going to get a slightly yellow color. Like trying to get like a noticeably yellow, but kind of hard. There we go. Then insert wave. We got color ramp, UV, which is why it's UV edited into the bump. I need to remove the other things like the book back, because I need the top of this to not be top and bottom, to be their own. Control L real quick. Their own thing. So we go over here. New. Paper 2. Assign that to that. Let me just grab this. You just do that and you just crank that up to like an acceptable amount, however much you want it to be. Like 500 might be kind of crazy, so 300 perhaps. You're getting that paper look here, but it just might cause issues. Does this make it thicker? Just make it thicker, and this thins that out. I think I would prefer it to just to be like that. 200 just to chill on the... Look, like if you get close, you can see it, but like the further away you get, the more you lose sight of being able to tell that it's that. 0.1 on that, and plug that into the normal. That there's like a depth here at 0.25 maybe. You see that it goes all the way around. If it's a stack of paper, as if it's a stack of paper. But we'll lower this for the sake of it not looking too bad. And then the top paper is already fine. We don't need to do anything with that. We could do the like cross-hatching texture, but I don't think that's necessary for this. It just needs to be like that. Do I want to make the color? Wait, I forgot I don't have the color in there. Let me come over here, take this, copy that. I mean, I don't need to do that. I could just change it there, but I think it's already acceptable. Grab the book. Now this is UV edited already, right? Or no? No, I think I need to fix this, don't I? Oh no, it's fine. It's just like that. It's already been opened up, I think. We'll just make sure again. Okay, it changed a bit, but it should be fine. I think it just decided it doesn't make a difference. Unwrap there. So for this, we need to add a texture. Let's go to our textures. I don't know if I have book pattern on here. I do have book pattern. Problem with book pattern is I don't know if it's right. The right thing for the job. I usually use leather. For some reason, book pattern doesn't have a color, so I can't tell what I'm looking at. So this is actually better than I thought. Let me just value that. Typical stuff. Bump here. And then normal. That can really see the texture there. 0.2. Okay, so that's actually a decent pattern that I do not hate. It's at the UV, right? Yeah. So that's good. I just don't know if I want to force more onto that. 0.3, like more normal, and increase this to 2. Yeah, that's okay. So we gotta figure out what we want to do with the metal here. Like, do we want gold? Do we want it to still be like regular blue? I mean, gold is nice and all, but also, do we go over here and add rusty metal? I hit the mic there, my bad. I always forget what it's called. Rocks, rustic stone, rusty metal sheet. This 1K? I think this is 1K, but I don't really care. So I just inserted rusty metal sheet into this. The color, I don't want it to be that. I want it to be whatever color I want it to be. So I guess I can just fix that by use saturation up, value up. Then we need to add same thing there, hue, saturation, value. It's value up or down. I always forget to make it shinier. It's value down. Add shine to that. And do we want to increase the value of this? I don't see the texture changing at all, despite increasing it, which is weird that that's doing that. Is this not UV edited? I don't think it is. So object. How much did I edit it? I could have sworn I UV edited these things, right? No. I'm assuming now? Unwrap? Let's solve 2 islands. Could have sworn I added UV marks. No, I did not. Whoops. I did not. We're just plus on that. Does this go all the way around? It does. Okay. Mark seam then. Mark seam, and then maybe you. Having to do this individually sucks though, 'cause gotta do it on all of them. Mark seam. Then come over there. So I have to do this 4 times is what I'm saying. Grab you, mark seam. Mark seam. Unwrap. Then I gotta do it for the other ones too. You, mark seam. Then get in here. Let's do that, but we can't see. Mark seam. Now the other one. I probably shouldn't be doing this in UV editing, but oh well. You, mark seam. And then just grab this line here. Mark seam, unwrap all that stuff. There we go. Why does this have more? Like, why did it make a shape like that? It just couldn't make up its mind how it wanted that. So now UV should be fine. And now UV is fine with that. Instead of wondering why it wasn't. Then, as per usual, we gotta come over here to the bump. 0.1, plug you into the normal. Might honestly be like too much. 0.05. And we'll just live with that for now. Then, am I ready for the hard parts? I guess we're ready for that. Why is that not perfectly even? Do you see that? I didn't notice that these don't go all the way over. Let me edit both of them. Edit. Can't fix the other one because I can't see it. Gotta sit and mirror properly. All I gotta do is that though. It's no big deal. The other one though, I don't. That's just annoying. Guess I can just do that and then hope that that's correct. Yeah, it's good enough. It might have been too much, honestly. I think I pulled it too much. Is that fine? Yeah, it's fine. But it's still more than the other side, so I don't know. How far is the side sticking out? They're pretty flush, so yeah, this shouldn't be that far. Gotta keep just eyeballing it. A little bit more, maybe. Guess I could do that. Looks like it kind of helped me see. Yeah, that's better. Just leave it there. Doesn't need to be perfect either. Since this is like, they're supposed to be like handmade, right? Well, I don't know if they're handmade, but you can argue it's handmade, so it should just be imperfect. So yeah, we still have to figure out what color the base for this is going to be, but we're going to do a lot of work on the texture here. We can just cycle around colors real quick. See, all these bright colors don't look right, so bring that down. A tan is fine. A gray is okay. I mean, a red is obviously going to be great. Even like a Like, any of these colors are perfect, honestly. But like, just like a regular old book. Let's get in here and actually get serious. Add texture, image texture, new, 4096. I'm not playing around, so we're going 4K. 96. What do we want to call this? Cover. Text. This needs to be white. Then OK. Then click on that, go to texture paints. And save this to whatever your texture folder is. I don't remember what mine's called or where it's at. Is it just in documents or... Yeah, textures, here it is. Okay, I've saved that. Come back over here. This needs to be into a mix color. I'm taking this color and pulling it to the bottom. Multiply, crank that up, plug that in. Nothing's going to change because it shouldn't, because it's being multiplied. We could do it the other way if we screen. I don't know if screening would be better. Like screening blacked out onto that, because then maybe the color would be fine. I don't know. What does mix do? Is mix going to add the white? No, mix didn't do anything, which is good. We'll keep it on multiply for now. Get texture paint. I need to look at this from a bird's eye view. But before that, we need to get this prepared. So add, let's see, mesh circle. I'm gonna use this to trace, so I can just see. Hopefully that shows up in the thing there. So maybe like at the top here, like that. Let me put this outside. So I need this to be like here. Duplicate that, and then this can be there. Then I need to make a cylinder with 5 points, like that. Edit this. Slice into all the points there on the sides. And then grab that. And then median point, scale that in until we get that. Oh, it went into the Z. I'll scale the Z. There we go. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and come over here and delete the bottom. Then scale this in the Z to 0. Shouldn't already be to geometry. Where is this at? So you just copy the coordinates from that over here. Copy that, put it there. Then you can scale that down to that. Then I need to duplicate that again. Scale you like this, perhaps. Add generate mirror on the star would work. That, of course, isn't going to work like that. Duplicate that, get me here. Duplicate that, and then drop the mirror for it to be centered, like so. And that's probably fine. I think. This could be lowered. I think, so that part doesn't matter. I just need to not clip that, and I didn't figure out what the I hate that you can't like remove the face from this. So maybe that probably should have been down there with that. And if I try to, because I can't kill the face, it gets rid of everything. Only faces. Okay, there we go. That got rid of it. Because I only want to be able to see the lines here. Now is that okay or what? Median points. Star the... Oh, this stuff needs to be out here. But everything, yeah. I can scale it up. Thing is, there should be writing around this, and I need to have enough space for that. So we have a little bit there. There's more space on the side over here than there's over there. That looks centralized. Just like trying to fit that. Should I do this? I have the writing in here. Question mark. I'll just leave that on the outside and try to use it as a reference to keep the letters on the inside. Then I'll have like volume 1 on the bottom. Okay. So now that we have that, we can go to texture paint. We go to shading. I need this plugged in. Okay, it is plugged in. Texture paint. And now I will be right back because I need to get my graphics tablet in front of me. Alright, we're back. Obviously though, for you it's like there's no time involved at all. Let's see. This might be difficult. I don't know yet. So 11 is pretty big for a stroke. This is already saved. Maybe from like a previous I just want to see what this... Oh, we're set to... What you call it? First off, undo that. Undo that stroke. The stroke needs to be set to space. Correct? Yeah. Can I just make a circle? As curves. I don't know what this is. What does this do? Oh, it probably strokes onto a bezier, to a curve. So we'll just do it by hand. I'm gonna make it more authentic, right? 5. Maybe an 8, I guess. No, that still seems too big. 7, 6. If I can trace a circle here, I don't think I can do it very well. It's already pretty nasty. Of course, as soon as I get down here, I can't see what I'm doing anymore either. That as well, like I can't see where the line is when I'm doing it like this. Also, I don't know if we wanted that like there. Let me back out so we can see that. We need all this stuff in its own collection. So that to... Didn't mean to press that. Put that stuff in there. Then we'll just go ahead and turn it off so I can see what I'm doing. Now this needs to be over here as well. I might need to make it bigger than that. So this was like the secret that I didn't want to like divulge too soon. But 4 maybe? Yeah, no, because we're actually digging into the book with this. So maybe we do want a thicker, a thicker line than that. I don't know. So let's go back to texture paint and give me the 11, only because I can't be bothered to do anything about that. I think we're too close to the edge though, are we not? So much thicker line though. Of course it's much more, what you call it? Again, that's not the one that's even supposed to be there, so we might delete that one. Delete that later. We need pure white because white is actually like an eraser with how we have this set up. We can go in here again. I feel like this is too big though, it's a problem. 6. And it's probably an easier way to do this, but again, we're giving it that handmade look, question mark. And that was like really way off there for a while. This is more complicated because you have to then do these circles first, though they're actually easier than doing the bigger circles because it's just a stroke of your hand. Also, this is touching that. I don't know how I feel about that. Not a stroke, it's just a circle of your fingers rather than having to move your entire arm to draw a circle. Move your entire hand. Like that. I should just be using straight lines for this, but I don't know if I will. They're trying to make this look like it was hand done onto the... Yeah, I don't like that. I knew I wasn't gonna like that one. The hand done onto the book. Yeah, very ugly. Just cleaning that up. Yeah, very ugly, but let's just look at it from above here. Is this dipping in or going out? Because it needs to look like it's sunk in, not... That's out. This is in, I think. I think it's fine. It's just we need this to look better than that, I think. Also, let me come over here and move this down, perhaps. take this and this at the same time and move both of them down. And texture paint. And then I might have to do this all over again. It didn't come out too well anyways, right? So this just pure white. Will this actually kill that, or does it have to be? I think it has to be a gradient, so go white to white. Yeah, and then just drag. That should kill everything. It might cause the computer to lag out, but we'll just have to like suffer that. Yeah, there we go. Black. Give me. I should have turned on. Where is it at? Stabilized stroke, actually, for this. Like I mean, it's going to cause possible issues, but it's okay probably, right? Let's start off with these inner circles. What do you mean missing textures? I guess because I'm not touching that there. Then click on that. There you go. Should be fine now. I see what I mean. Like when you have a stabilized stroke, it looks nice, but trying to get it to actually go is annoying. It's like, how am I supposed to like lead this along that slow? Like it cannot be that slow. It's basically just hyper delayed. Just lower this until. Nope. That can be up, but this needs to be like way down. Okay, no, it's even freaking worse. Okay, that's better. Still might have issues. It's okay. I'm gonna go the other way so I can actually see where I'm stroking. Like if you're trying to draw a circle, like speed is actually better than this question mark, because you can just quickly form a circle if you do it fast enough. Let me turn this off and see if we can just get like. I don't think I can get like a good circle, but that's like the artist meme, right? Of just doing this over and over again. But for Blender, it's even worse. Like, look how nice that was until I just goofed at the end. Yeah, because you can get like a pretty decent circle if you do it quickly. It only issues you know that. Like that happens, but whenever I get in, it screws up. I'm just going to go back to stroke. I'm just going to see if I can get a decent one. That's pretty bad. I don't want to accidentally remove any of the other ones, so let's do that. And just go slowly. Didn't mean to do that. Let's go the other way. So I can see the pen. That kind of got out of hand at the end, unfortunately. It's not really a nice circle, but it'll do the job. Get some white in there to erase that. Now with the smoothing on here, that's actually a detriment because I can't get it to stop when I need it to stop. There's that, and then again, do I want to do that, or do we want this to be like 12? Just have a huge point there. Because again, for this one, we can't... Oh, I was worried that was going to eventually happen. We can't just do this, right? And just do like that. And that. All the way around. Like some of it tips out, but that's okay. I might even want it to pop out a little bit. Space. So we want a 12 on the outside here too. Stabilize. It's lagging behind so little that not really doing too much to stabilize the stroke. I'm just continuing to go around. Yeah, I mean that still was like really bad because it ended so poorly. Sped up there. So I don't know what that looked like. And just always end up with this wherever you started. I hate that. This just got off track. Like it's just too hard to trace this. I mean, also half my vision is obscured because of the microphone in my way. Because I have to be so close to the microphone to talk into it, so it's actually covering up my left eye. So that's probably not helping. I would prefer if I can get really close to the screen, but just have to live without it, I guess. I got really far out, but at least that's okay. This one's really bad. Sure. That looks fine to me, I think. So then we need to come in and write some symbols here. I don't know how thick I want the colors to be. Let me just turn off stabilize and try and fix this a little bit. I don't know how big I want these lines to be. 7? What does 7 look like? Maybe that's fine, so then if that's fine, let's go with a 6. If I can find the 6, because I'm just feeling around for the 6. Because my keyboard's like underneath my table on my lap, so it's hard to do this because the, it's taking up all my space. Okay, so I'm going to put in these 5 circles the Japanese elements. So we put fire, water, wind, earth, and void, which I don't know why void is an element for them. I haven't seen that used in anime or anything too often, so it's kind of weird that void shows up, but it's just the symbol for sky. And it represents void here. And then around this, I'm going to use runes to write the words, the book of spellcraft, and then like volume 1 probably like below somewhere. So let's see, where do we want to start? I mean, void probably at the bottom, and see how that works. I have all these symbols written down. So let's see, I mean, it's the problem here is getting them to look okay, and of course not like I did a good job of writing the stuff down. Right, so it might not look great. Or like the strokes might not come off right. I could have fire and water. So fire to water to earth to wind, maybe? Yeah, that makes sense. So I want wind here. So this should be like this. Then like that, perhaps. Then you. Then I'm gonna go here, 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 there, there, and here. And we want a fire, which of course is gonna be here and here, and then there and there. Gonna go with a water next, which is gonna be here, 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 and there. And then earth down here. So slow, that doesn't help anything either. There, then you, and then you. Okay. Seems okay. Literally. Let me get this back on. And then do I want that? Because it's like, okay, how am I gonna write this all the way around? So like the... Let me just like write it in English so I know like where this should be going. But this stupid lag. It has like finalize your mark, so like the... Let's just like see like book. Do I have of here? Yeah, book of spellcraft would be like all over here. But I wanted it to be like the whole thing. I didn't realize like we'd have so much room to play with. It was like the book of on top, like the book of, and then spellcraft underneath. Like maybe that would work. So let me just erase this nonsense. It's not like I can get rid of it once I write it down. Oh, that's true. You know what would probably be a bit easier if we just tried to... Let's see, so like starting from here, I'm not gonna do the stuff right, so the... and the huge amount of space. Book. Space. Of... See, like already, like that's just 4. Just like those 3 words don't suffice. Because then you would have spellcraft here, like the word spellcraft, but it's just not enough room, right? So maybe we don't do that. Maybe we just say this is good to go. We don't write it in here, we just write it underneath somewhere. Because it doesn't work. Which means maybe I want to take that. Let's back out. Take this and scale it down like that. Go to texture paint. Also, I need to save this before it ends up deleting what I've done. And then back to 12. And then stroke here. And then do the same thing. Just give me a double circle on the outside. I think that goofed up a lot, yeah. That's why I'm cutting it in half, so I can have more opportunities to mess around. So you have that. There's not enough space on the bottom, but let's see if I can do that. 5, perhaps. Save that. I don't know where I would start here though. Like the book of spellcraft, because it's not like we can move this around once we've written it in. So let's see. 4, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So maybe here, well, let's try to fit it in between here and here, and I can delete that later. I can erase that. So like start here maybe. So that's bad. That should be done in pieces, not like that. Oh yeah, because of the smoothing, it makes. Are all these lines just lines and nothing round? Okay, so you know what we're gonna do? We're not going to do it by hand. We're gonna use strokes. Come on. We are going to line. Okay, so line up. There we go, that's nice. Maybe I should have these thinner. Also, I should have a line here to dictate straightness. This is probably annoying to have to watch. Just a slow removal of lines there, and then try to get a straight line. That's slightly off, but it's fine. Then to there, and what about there maybe? Is where that is? Because I don't think that bottom line is accurate. Then right inside of that. I made the M bigger than the other ones. For some reason, I don't know why I can't control that. It's getting too close to that. I'm gonna cut and then be back once I've erased that stuff. I basically have to just keep coming in and out because we don't want to get too close to that, but I can't do that. Yeah, and it needs to not be like that. So there. Like that. And that kind of looks kind of crooked. Just gonna come in here and try to erase this. I mean, I probably should have just done this. What did I have it on? 6? Then we can have the line here. Like that. Then we need to fit it inside of this. Six might be too big. That's not very nice looking. I had some really good looking letters earlier. It's a shame that these ones have come out so bad. Yeah, I should have given it more space. I mean, that's not terrible, but this is not nicely positioned. Like, I wish this was like slightly more that way, and it's all up and down as well. We need to like delete this stuff now. I probably should have already had like removed some of it earlier. Just gonna do that. That should be okay to, yeah, do that. Cut that off a little bit, but oh well. Then back to 6. I don't know how far this is gonna go, because I don't know how, oops. It probably should be even like a bigger font. I'll just go with an 8. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? That's 10. So 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So technically it would be bigger than this, so we do want to like maybe start over here, especially if I'm using a bigger brush. This should not be bent down like that, but oh well. That's half the word. Oops. Alright. I mean, I don't think this is good, but what can I do, right? In such cramped environment. Now if I... No, that's not gonna be good. Also, it's a black line. There, it's gonna shave off some of the bottom of that. That's fine, though. I would want a line coming through here though. Just not like that, maybe. That's a straight line. It goes beyond the word pretty far though. And it lets you end up seeing how messed up that is though. Let's just look at the shading now. Remove the collection. See, this looks fine, but this is slightly off kilter maybe? Like this is further this way than this is that way. I wish I could just, again, I could just take this and move it over, but that's not how this works. I would have to put it into a different, like extract this, put it in a different, whatchamacallit? A different program. I don't know why it took me so long to say program. Yeah, I might have to just redo this bottom part because I forgot that I might want to do like lines on the bottom. How some books would possibly have. Well, let's just go up to here real quick. See how I feel about writing this here, and you. Nah. It's just like so bad. I can't write inside lines well enough to. Hello? Why are you not undoing? There. Not like the slow, tedious task of having to undo everything one line at a time, but taking like 5 seconds just to undo one step because of how slow texture painting is in Blender, at least on a really bad computer like mine. I was saying I want to let's see. I'll do the standard thing of this, you know, where I should have zoomed out more because I need to be able to see this whole thing in one go, like that. So I have to undo that because the pen is dependent on your position to the camera. Heck. Is that straight? Straight enough, right? And because this is here, I can't like know where to put that. Just add that, grab this, and we'll just erase that. But you get the idea, right? I can maybe just redo this whole thing off camera and then come back once I've done an acceptable job. I need this to be on space with stroke off so I can remove anything that's there. There was something here too I saw. that needed to be erased. Come back to here. I think this was on 12. Oops. Line. And stroke down from that. Then stroke across. Like that. Then go to shading. And see what's happening with that. Did that look like it was like elevated and not sunk in? You're supposed to look like you're sunk in. There you go. What if I put like color on top of that? What would happen? No, like blue, or not blue, like red, blue, brown, gray, or purple, and then yellow. Not yellow, green. Jesus. I think if that would look nice. So we can do that. We can maybe try to write volume 1 on the side? Question mark? I don't know. Accidentally pressed. Yeah, I put a dot there. Can I get rid of it, please? 6. One line. I guess you have space here if I want to try to write spell craft. See, my problem here, when I'm writing stuff, I don't know if it's because of how I'm positioned or what, but, you know, the curve up on this, you can clearly see this just slowly curves its way up, and I can't keep it from doing that. I think it would just be faster to just erase this by hand. Just be careful not to mess up the yellow. Uh, 12. Stroke on the line. Come over here and just cut this whole thing in half. Like that, and then I'll try to stay within the confines of this. And try not to touch either side. Try to give both top and bottom a wide berth, as they say. That one was way down. I think I've made them 2. Whoops. Too far. It's gotten too far over here, maybe, but oh well. I can go with that, just fine. And then just try and do the other one, the top part. Do I want to make it small though? Like this? That's getting pretty dang close to this. We're also running out of room to make the letters with this. It's, see, the escalation up. I don't know why that happens. I have to continue to like force myself. Oh wait, hold on. We're about to run out of room. I should have made more space. Let me cut and then come back to once I've done that. Alright. So we need to push this over a little bit. So I'm going to give a little bit of empty space here. Don't know if that should have been that high, but sue me. So then we give a little bit more space and then finish it off over here. That actually lines up with that, but you see this starts here, but then this ends before that. So now you can see that this isn't straight. Like, I wish I could just take this like a regular editing program and move it over. But I'd have to like pause, open up GIMP, do that, then come back, and that's just so much hassle. Let's just see what that looks like though, over here. Yeah, well this is huge. I didn't realize how freaking thick this book was. Like, whoops, I made this book way too thick. Nothing on the back. That line being there is okay, but again, we still need to get that situated. So again, I'm going to be back once I've finished the front of this, so we're not sitting here for like an hour. You know what, I think I'm not going to add the book of. I'm just going to have spellcraft at the bottom. I've added the yellow line here, and I think I'm going to add that one to the top as, to the top as well. And then that, try to get that straight. Needs to be down one more. Is that too close? That's fine. We're not going to put anything up there. It's just there for show. Though it does make this seem like it should have been pushed down, which again is something I can't do. I don't think. What is this? Mask? No. Can't do anything with that. Fill, clone. Smear. Yeah, we can't do anything. Other than, you can open it in a different program and then bring it back. Again, you probably should just make this image in a different program and then insert it into this instead of trying to do it by hand inside Blender, but this is how you would do it if you wanted to. So now I'm going to go to space and then take this to a 6 maybe, or an 8. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to curve these corners and see how that looks. That one was a bit messed up. this one. I probably shouldn't have made all of them curved, but oh well. Like maybe only the top ones. Let's actually do the inside as well. See what that looks like. It's starting to look like a trading card. You could also, we can still see the Book of Spellcraft there because I didn't erase it good enough. Like if I had the yellow on a different layer, which is what I would normally do, I wouldn't be putting multiple layers on one thing. I would be constantly mixing them down. Right, so I could actually make this be pushed out rather than pushed in. If we wanted to do that, I guess we probably should have it pushed out, like it's embroidered into the book. So we can do that, but so and this not being centered is driving me crazy to the point where I'm like, okay, fine, I give in. I'm gonna open this up in GIMP and fix it and actually make it look nice and not ugly like this question mark, which I think I might just end up doing as well, unfortunately, which you'll just have to do that yourself, right? But I will see. So let me just save this. That's saved, and so let me just cut, and I'll come back once I've removed, or I've added this in GIMP to make it perfect. Alright, I am done. I, of course, like I said, opened this up in GIMP. I actually just removed all the circles and redid them with a tool that just makes circles perfectly, so all the circles got replaced. The symbols and the star I didn't change, and I just copied and pasted the spellcraft name up there, so now it looks pretty good with its embroidery. I noticed this line here. I think that's actually the that's this. Accidentally let that stick out too far. I don't know why it's actually so far away like that. Why is it like that? I mean, all we have to do is just this, but I don't know why that was allowed to go so far out like that. That's just like, do I want to do anything with the sides or whatnot? Because it's not just that we can do, because we have this plugged into the, whatchamacallit, right? So that means any little thing I do will have an effect. So if I come over here and go to like a white, but bring it like down just a smidgen, that means I can just, you know, draw in a line like that. We're gonna undo that, of course, but come over here. And was this value down? Yeah, value down is small as you can get it. Then all of a sudden you can just add weird little notches like that. Like I'll just add a dot there and dot there, and like something there. And just add detail that wasn't there. Is wireframe on? It is. Something this corner, perhaps. So it's going in instead of out. Yeah, it's reset to being not embroidery, but cradle? I don't know, actually. I think the black looks like it's embedded, but the gold looks, depending on how you look at it, looks like it's up. I don't know. It's fine. And another little indent there with it. I don't think that just like a big stroke across would look nice. Yeah, it's not really nice. You'd have to do something like, I don't know, like this perhaps. But it needs to not be so bad. And then like on the side of that. And here as well. And that looks like it's just actual wear and tear and not some random nonsense. I'm gonna add like a little bit over here as well. On the back I don't know what I'm gonna do. We can just leave it alone because you can't see it, right? This should probably be smaller than that, so you have more ability to add better detail. Might just add like a gash over here. Like that. So now there's that there. We have a little bit over here. Nothing too crazy. I might just add a little something here. It's weird that like on the outsides it's like tears, but on up here it's actually not that. It's not tears, it's bumps. It just depends on the angle. What I want to do, honestly, is like something like this, but I don't think we can get away with something like that. It doesn't make sense for that to be there. Just erasing that. There we go. What happens if I come in here and like slice across this? It's going to remove the color there. Because I'm coloring over it, I'm not actually adding depth, I'm applying gray on top of this, of like white basically, but the thinnest white ever, so I'm just gonna do that, and like this. And I guess we're done. This video's been going on for too long. I think we spent too much time on this when we really shouldn't have. I should have just opened it up in GIMP sooner and just rolled with it. Again, we don't need anything to go on the back. It can just be empty like that. I'm not going to add anything here, perhaps. did I save that yellow? I did save that yellow. I mean, I could maybe, you know, add like 2 yellow lines to the top or something, top and bottom. Even though they should be embroidered out, not sticking in like that. Let's see, line. And then do that and that. But again, they shouldn't be indented like that, I don't think. They should be sticking out. Maybe I can actually come down here and create this star. I can't do it like that though, so let me turn in real life. Probably looks pretty bad, but what can you do, right? I can't get the right position for that. Computer doesn't like me doing this. I can see OBS is saying encoding is unable to keep up. Be nice if I could get like a decent star on this side, maybe. But that's not gonna happen. Question mark. Like, I don't hate this, but also I probably should just do this because it just make doing stuff like this easier, right? And let's see, like here, and then let's make like a middle point would be there. So we can do that, and then you just connect these to here, and you to there, and that looks okay. We just have to do it like this since computer can't keep up. Texture painting is always kind of crummy. It's one of the most demanding things to do, especially when you're doing what I'm doing, which is painting and causing normal map to be adjusted at the same time. So you know that's on the side, just for fun. Question mark. Then let me come over here. Why? Oh, I was holding the wrong button. Because I know this isn't correct. Do I have a line? No, that kind of acted like a line though. Just gonna cut the tops of these off. There we go. I don't know how to make this look like good on the thumbnail though. Like that's probably like the biggest issue. Question mark. Is everything inside the armature? If I move the armature, does everything move with it? Yeah. Granted, I probably should just take the camera. Let me save this. I don't think I've saved this. Well, let me get into position. I'll come back because we don't need to sit here and watch me do this, right? Well, I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. We have it in position for the thumbnail, but I'm like, okay, do we want to do anything with the shading with this before we're done? Question mark. Like, do you want it to be brown or a different color? Do you want to be like... green is like ugly with the yellow. I think we hit the nail on the head with the brown right off the bat. Yeah, that's like too dark. That's too light. So yeah, like somehow we just hit the perfect color for that. We can see what mix does though. I might just make the yellow. Oh, it just did that for some reason. I figured it would have like not done that. Is it because that's on top? Unplug this. Drag this into there. Plug this into the bottom. No, it doesn't work that way. Put that back. Then multiply. Crank to the max. It's like the gray is just like really like muted. Not muted, but like the black is like really muted. I don't know why it looks like that. Do I want to increase this? I don't know if I want. This needs to be fixed. Did making that more actually make it look better? Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. 0.55 maybe? I can just live with this, right? So let's just accept that. And there's our thumbnail though. Do I need the suns? Maybe this is... Oh, you know what the problem is? The problem is that the book is facing down and I have all the lights switched on. So this needs to be brighter. You need to be like a 6. That's the problem. Because we're looking at the book from this angle. Question mark. 5, maybe? It was already at a 3, which looks fine. 8? I think 8's doing too much. 6. 5. I mean, technically this is fine. You can really see the like lines there. So we can have it to a 5 instead of like the 3. You know, 3 looks okay. I go get 4. Yeah, just get that back into place for the thumbnail. Yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers, think about becoming a member, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so you can watch them and subscribers, and don't forget we have a throne now as well. And shout out the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and Alexgkiller 880. Yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Tune to the next episode. Like, subscribe, hype, and comment. You know the do. See ya.